Hey everyone, it's Nancy. When I did my melting pot tutorial for the molds, I had received several requests asking for tutorials using beeswax. So today I'm going to do a tutorial for you using beeswax. It's going to be several parts of this video because there's several different techniques that I want to show you and ways that you can use your beeswax. So I'm going to show you the things that you need or things that you can use. The beeswax that I use are these beeswaxes. They're by Ranger. They are actually made for the melting pot. There's a natural and there's a white. For this tutorial I'm going to use the natural. Now when you use the beeswax, I want to tell you it's very flammable. Ranger will tell you it's very flammable. In the melting pot, you do not need to put this directly into your melting pot. You need to use a project pan. This is my project pan that I use for my beeswax. Sorry about that glare. And as you see, it has my cold dried beeswax in there from the last time I used it. So I don't know any stores like Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby that carry these in the store, but I know that Joann's has it online. I think it's probably around $7 or so it's not that bad, and you can always use a coupon too. So what you do with this is you take your melting pot and you slide it all the way to the back. There's a little slot in the back that this little nib goes in, so you slide this all the way to the back and push it in there, and then once that's in that little nib, you pop down the two little side tabs. Once your project pan is installed, the directions say that you put the beeswax on approximately 156 degrees. Well, 146 degrees, I'm sorry. The melting pot goes from 100 to 140 to 180. So you have to just use your best judgment. So I go to 140 and then I go just a little bit past it. So I go to about right there. So I'm going to set my melting pot down. My project pan is in and my beeswax that I've used before is in there, and so I'm going to cover it. While that melts, I'm going to go over some of the things that you can use when doing this and things that you'll need. Okay, so a couple of things you can use it on are, you can use wood. Beeswax does really good on wood, and these dollar frames from Michael's are great. I've used chipboard. It works fine. This is a wood tag that was just a piece of wood that I had, and I cut it down to about the size of a number 8 tag, not as wide but as long, and I did the edges. I had my husband cut it for me, and then I used my crocodile to put the hole here so it's shaped like a tag. And I think that I got these in a package at Walmart. Let me see if they just come like this. They're just in the craft section, or used to be. I don't know if they still carry them since they redid all or most of the stores. You can also use glossy cardstock. This is by Ranger. So those are a couple of things that you can use it on. Now for when using the melting pot, you're going to need a natural brush. This is the Perfect Pearls brush, which is a natural hair brush. This is my nasty one that I use for the melting pot, and then this is the cleaner one that I use for Perfect Pearls. I keep a spatula so that I can stir my beeswax around if I need to. You'll need tweezers. It doesn't matter what kind you use. For the most part, I use the cutter bee or tweezer bee ones because they're more non-stick. But these kind are pretty good too because they give you a nice little spatula end. But you know, any kind that you have, it doesn't matter. Use what you have. You'll need a craft scratcher, a scraper. It doesn't matter, again, which one you have. If you don't have one, you can use an old credit card or, you know, the fake ones that come in the mail all the time. You can use that. They work great. So whatever you have. You will need whatever you want to collage with. You can use clip art that you've printed and cut out. You can use burlap, you can use lace, you can use sorry, tulle, you can use tissue paper for like gift wrap, you can use gauze or cheesecloth, you can use napkins. There's some really beautiful napkins out there. You can use old dictionary or books. You can use stamped images. Like with your stamped images, make sure you use a waterproof ink. I use Ranger Archival because I know it's waterproof and I've used it. I don't know about StaysOn. About being waterproof, so I don't use it because I haven't tried it and I know this one is, so this is what I use. But you need to stamp them, not on cardstock, but it does better if you use just a cheap copy paper. So like these images are from Pink Paisley, the Parisian Anthology. They're really cute. Collage stamps, like these are some Tim Holtz collage stamps. Whatever collage stamps you have, whatever stamps you have, it doesn't matter, especially if you're going to layer them. This is the Prima hex net or chicken wire. So just, you know, there's so many options that you can use to create really cool backgrounds with your wax. Now, once your wax is done and your project is complete, if you want to add color, you can use like Rub and Buff, or I don't have Rub and Buff, I can't find it here, but I have these metallic rub-ons, so you can use these, or you can use Perfect Pearls, and you know, whichever color you want. And the Perfect Pearls will set themselves. You don't have to worry about setting them with anything. They will automatically set themselves to the beeswax, just like they do with the UT. You can use the Dauber paints by Ranger, or I guess any acrylic paint, like the metallics or even the regular ones. These are my metallics and my original colors. And then I have like the lights and the brights. So any of these will work if you want to add color. And you don't have to, but you know, if you want to, you can. It's up to you. So, but just, you know, have fun with it. Use what you want. But in this first tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the beeswax in the melting pot. And then I have another way to use beeswax if you don't have a melting pot, because they are, you know, about $40, and you know, not everybody has one, but I do have a way you can use beeswax with something I bet you have in your house. So I'm going to come back and we're going to do this tag using the beeswax in the melting pot, and then the next tutorial we're going to either do this tag or a piece of cardstock, just so I can show you another alternative. And then the third video that I'm going to do is with something fun with some color that has to do with wax that I think you'll like, and it makes really cool backgrounds. The other thing I forgot to tell you is you need a heat gun just to help to kind of smooth the wax, just kind of blend it a little bit as you finish the final layers. So it doesn't have to be the Ranger one. You can use whatever you have. So whichever heat gun you have is fine. So I'm going to get ready for part 2 of this video, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks.